All right, Roger.
Hello?
Good day. And man, we have had some interesting and awesome stuff happen in the sports world. What did you want to start with today? Basketball? College
Yeah,
Huskers?
let's talk a little Husker basketball. That's kind of the big thing going on right now in this state.
Oh my gosh. Ranked 10th. I think I read an article. It's been since 1966 since we've had a top 10 ranking.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
20-game win streak now, dating back to last year, longest in the nation.
I didn't watch the entire Indiana game today. I was running around doing stuff. I was listening to it, and we started off close. I think there was a bunch of lead changes, and then I heard we were down by 16.
Yes,
And
yes. And I didn't. Yeah, actually, I'll take that back. I did see it. I started a task at work to where I could allow myself to watch a little bit while I was doing that task, and we got down by as many as 16, and yeah, we just nipped away. They were missing, and we just nipped away. It didn't take long either. I want to say within like 3 minutes of basketball time or 4 minutes of basketball time, we tied it up at like 55. And then we dropped back down by as many as 6 or 7 again. And then clawed back in, and then kind of just, I don't know, it just started. Our defense just must frustrate them shooters enough to where they're missing, because it's interesting. I watch them play, and I see the same things happening. We struggle at rebounding the ball, but we give them 2-3 chances. They miss every time, and we just take it back down, and we do what we got to do. I mean, we're getting it done right now, and it's pretty impressive. And I don't know what to think of it yet. I mean, we don't win on the road
no,
ever,
no.
especially against teams that are ranked or have winning records. And this year we've already won 3 road games, and they've all qualified for this quadrant 1. And so the way it's sitting now, we've already established ourselves as a tournament team. I mean, that's where we're at. We've won more road games than anybody in the nation. Got more quadrant 1 wins than anybody in the nation. We got a 20-game win streak, more than anybody in the nation. So
As long as I've been alive,
Yeah.
we've never been a road team.
yeah, yep.
And
So-
I was setting all this fun gear up, and I was listening to it, and every now and again, like you just said, it was close, and then they started pulling away.
Yeah.
We started playing sloppy. You
Yeah.
mentioned they out rebounded us. They out hustled us for a while,
Yeah,
and I got to a point where like I got to watch the end of this if
yeah,
because I said we need to stop, and they got a couple of stops. They actually battled for the rebound. Hoiberg's son is amazing. That kid is so talented when it comes to hustling.
yeah.
And
Yes,
they were down by 10 when I made myself watch this. I go, we got to watch this.
yes.
Well, 55-65. And we battled back. They had the lead a couple times in the second. We got it out a win.
Yes.
And I hate to say this, I was wondering if we would win, and if we did lose, would that be better for us to have us humbled a little bit and realize that we can be beat? We do need to work and focus on stuff, but
Yeah.
Fred Hoiberg took a couple of really good, timely timeouts, settled the kids down, maybe chewed them out. I'm not really sure. I wasn't in the huddle, but
Yeah.
they stayed focused those last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And what was it, Frager?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you who had the most points.
Frager at the end hit some good ones. Mast hit a good one. Jamarcus Lawrence ended with 27
Yes.
points.
Yes, I was going to just say that. From what I seen, Lawrence looked like he got to the free throw line late in that game, and I think he hit 4 in a row or whatever, which I've always said that it's huge. Late in games, you got to make your free throws, man. You got to.
Yeah.
Even if they do counter with a 3 on the other end, you know, I mean, it's going to take a lot of threes to come back and win a game if you're going to the other end making all your free throws. So in the games you have to make your free throws. Teams do not climb back in games if you make free throws.
Okay. Only reason I can ask you this question is because I'm looking at the stats right now. Who do you think ended up with the most rebounds?
The most rebounds?
Team-wise, which team?
Like I said, I only watched the last 12 minutes of game time, so I'd say Mask from what I remember.
Mast had 6, and team-wise it was tied. I was thinking we might have out-rebounded them there at the end, but each team, Indiana and Nebraska, had 31. And Mast had 6 overall. And they had a kid, Bailey, who had 9 rebounds. And it was possessions. We had 4 more possessions, and we shot 48% overall. They had 4 less possessions and shot 46% overall. But the rest of this month is going to be tough. In the next 17 days, we have up next, I believe, Oregon. Then we have Washington, after Northwestern, Minnesota, and Michigan. And Minnesota's on the road, Northwestern's on the road. That's a lot of games in the next 17 days.
I know we played Illinois quite a while ago now, because we played them before Christmas, I believe, and then we had a layoff for a few days, several days, and then we played 2 non-conference teams, but I haven't looked at the future schedule, but we've had to have played the toughest part of our schedule already. We played Michigan State, Illinois, Ohio State, and Indiana on the road. Well, Michigan State at home, but the other 3 teams on the road. I can't see our schedule being tougher than that in the future, except for maybe Michigan. Iowa looks like a heck of a team too.
Oregon's coach always plays everybody tough.
Yes.
The former Nebraska native.
But they ain't
Dana
the same.
Altman.
They've already got 7 or 8 losses.
I'm
I'm not saying they ain't good, but they're not as good as they've been in the past.
After today, we played Indiana when we won. We come back home in the 13th. In 3 days, we play Oregon at home. In 4 days after that, we go to Northwestern. Then in 4 days, we play Washington. In 3 days, we go on the road after Washington and play Minnesota at Minnesota. I misspoke. I said we play Michigan at home. We play Michigan on the road 3 days after playing Minnesota.
Okay.
And then after Michigan, we play Illinois again.
Okay. I was going to ask. I was, and like I said, I wanted to look up the schedule myself because I don't know what it looks like, but we got, 18 teams in the Big Ten. And I just didn't know if we played a few of them twice or if we play everybody once.
Illinois we play twice.
Okay.
We got Purdue coming up. We play Northwestern twice.
Yes.
We have Iowa coming up. That's in Iowa.
Is Purdue still top 10?
Purdue is number 5 currently.
Okay, so yeah.
Iowa's 19th.
I've kind of been focused on watching Nebraska, and then I see if I do look up scores, it's usually either Arizona or Michigan, because both of them teams are just, I mean, they're good.
And
they're good.
Yeah, they are. They are. And we play Iowa twice.
Yes.
On the road, and at the end of February, we play West Coast. We play USC, and then 3 days later, we play UCLA. And then we come back home to Iowa to finish the season March 8th.
Yeah.
I don't know. The rest of our schedule isn't easy. Our kids better stay
No,
focused. And
the
I
Big
don't.
Ten's always tough.
It is.
But like I said, the teams that we've played now already in the Big Ten, we're what, 4-0 now? Be Michigan State, Illinois, Ohio State, and Indiana. So we're 4-0 in the conference. And I think we've already played the toughest stretch of our schedule. And I haven't even looked at the rest of our schedule. So
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
just,
I don't
you
know if
know-
we're necessarily past the meat of our schedule. I know what we're saying, what you're saying, because we played Oklahoma, beat Oklahoma. But Oklahoma's always good.
yes.
And Creighton. It's weird that Creighton's not ranked at the moment. Wisconsin, Illinois.
Okay, I forgot about so we're 5-0 in the conference then.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Michigan State. So I understand what you're saying. And Ohio State played us tough.
Yep.
We played Indiana. That's tough. But we still have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games against ranked opponents, and those are all 5 Big Ten opponents.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
we have 7 more road games.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't
I'm
know
not
who's
sa- I'm
all
not
ranked
saying
in-
you're
I
wrong,
don't
I'm
know
just
who's
throwing
all
those
ranked
out
in the
there.
Big
Yeah.
Ten.
Yeah.
And I know the Big Ten's always tough. But you know, like I said, when I think of the Big Ten top teams, I think of Michigan, Michigan State, Illinois, Purdue, and we've already played 3 of those 4 teams. You know, so
I agree
know,
with you, but
or
also
I'll
as
say
the
it.
season goes on, each
Yeah.
team, even the bad ones, potentially get better.
yep,
And we're going to see Iowa twice. We're going to
Yeah.
see a Michigan team late in the season. That is January 27th.
yes,
And then February 1st, we play Illinois again.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's if we get
Yeah.
to Michigan, if we win at Minnesota, that's tough. If we
Yes.
beat Washington at home, if we beat Northwestern on the road,
Yeah.
and again, the next game is the 13th versus Oregon at home.
Well, you know, like in the years past, though, like even last year was a good example. I mean, we look like, okay, are we a tournament team or are we not? And then all of a sudden, about, 5 games to go in the year, we were like, well, if we could just win 2 of these last 5 games, we might be a tournament team. Because we don't lose at home. I mean, we win every game at home. We stole a couple games on the road. We look like potentially we're going to a tournament. And then what did we do last year? Lost the last 4 or 5 games.
Fell apart.
And then
Just
we,
got out
I
hustled.
think we went to was there a tournament last year?
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
think
the
there
NIT.
was, and I think we won 1 game in there.
It wasn't the NIT. No, I can't remember what they
No,
called
no,
it.
no. I'm talking about the Big Ten tournament.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think then we won 1 game there and then lost. And then the crown tournament came calling.
Yep.
And they were stealing teams from the NIT. And I looked at that tournament and I thought, man, there's some good teams in this tournament. And we won it. And I thought, wow, man, I wish we could get Bryce Williams back. I wish we could have Gary back. You know, because I thought both them players were a game at the end of the year,
They were.
especially in that tournament. And I'm like, man, them guys are good. And we lost both of them. And then here we are, 16-0 now. So,
Well, Iowa's going to be mad because we have one of their former kids from last year on our squad,
Yes,
so they're going to come headhunting us.
yep,
Oregon's right at 500.
yep,
Washington is 9-6,
yep,
and Northwestern is 8-7, and then Minnesota is 10-6. Even though they're not ranked, they are still a good quality team. They have a really talented guy that is averaging almost 22 points a game. He's a senior guard. like 6'6", 6'7", somewhere in there, and averaging 21 points a game. So I mean that team in Minnesota, that game, if we get to Michigan with a full head of steam, and we're still undefeated, because Michigan's already lost.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are, 16-0. That blows
Yeah.
me away that we're 16-0.
Yeah. Well, going back to what I was saying about last year, how we would, we'd win 4 in a row, and then we'd lose 4 in a row, and we'd win. Then we ended the year. I expect that to happen this year. We're going to get into a run in the Big Ten where we play tough competition, and we're probably going to lose 2, 3, 4 in a row. Now, that's always held true in the years past. Maybe this year's different, but I don't know. I am very impressed, and I can't really explain what's going on. Why we're winning all these games the way we are.
I can't
It's crazy.
Wisconsin is one team that has beaten Michigan this year.
Yeah.
So when we played them, I thought, okay, well, here goes.
Yeah.
But
So.
yeah, we seem to stay more focused than we have had years past, and
Yeah.
every single time I get to listen to a game, and it doesn't matter if it's on radio or I watch the rebroadcast on Big Ten Plus, everybody talks about how much of a hustler Sam Hoiberg is.
Yes.
And if we didn't have him, it's not his stat line. It's his hustle. It's his drive. It's getting the rebounds when everybody else is doing their thing and pushing it up the floor.
Yeah.
And that guy is like glue for our team.
Yeah. That could very well be true. I don't think that Bukengel.
Bukejel, however you say it.
Yeah. I don't look at him as being a great basketball player, but he's a hustler too, and he's tough, and we're mostly playing with 8 guys, and I'm just afraid that we're gonna wear down a little bit. I mean, I thought when we lost Connor earlier in the year, I thought, well, he wasn't playing that well anyway. It's probably not that big of a loss. But now that I think about it, I'm like, it's still minutes off the bench.
Oh, man.
And we need some depth, and we don't. I don't know.
We're one
unless
injury away.
all these guys are Iron Men and they can get out there and they can do it. More power to them, and I hope they are. But we can't stand to have another injury. I'll guarantee that. I know that.
Roger, we're one injury away from being a 7-man team.
Yeah.
I hope we can get it done. And you're right. Connor Essegian gave us good minutes off the bench. The Bukejel guy you're talking about has had one game where he had a triple-double.
Yes.
And he can get it done. But you're right. I mean, today I was really glad that Lawrence showed up and did everything that he did to keep us in it. What few minutes I watched, it was good to see us doing that good.
The thing that
on
impresses
the road.
me most about Rink Mask, and I think he's a great talent. He's an NBA player.
He is.
He is, because he can do it all. You can see him get down and he'll do that little baby hook. He's got a good touch, but man, that guy sees the floor and he can pass. He can pass, and so he's going to get drafted. Whether he establishes into an NBA player, because we all know how you got to be an elite player to be an NBA player. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be talent and you got to shoot.
Or LeBron's kid.
Yes. Or LeBron's kid. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He didn't have the best stat game today. Reineke didn't, but I mean, everything that he did kept us in the game. He was 1 of 7 from 3-point land, but that final 3-pointer that he hit really pushed us over.
I remember that. Yeah, he hit one late that put us back up by 9 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took the wind out of their sails.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a great lineup. I wish our Husker team the best the rest of the season, and
I
I
do
hope
too.
we all stay healthy.
I do too.
And
And if we, I don't want to say we turn into the old Huskers. I'll be happy. I don't want to see that, but they've already impressed me this year with what they're doing.
they have more than impressed me.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
when Michigan State came to town, I thought, okay, this is going to be a test, and I just planned on us
Oh, I know.
losing
Yeah.
and fight
Yeah.
and fight. Now
Well-
that game, Michigan State was without one of their star players, so I will say that wasn't a full 100% Michigan State team,
Yeah.
but a Tom Izzo coach team is still one of the toughest teams you'll
Oh, yeah.
ever encounter. And he had nothing but praise for us, and that says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts on the Huskers?
No.
Basketball?
No.
Okay, one quick Husker football stuff. All the stuff that's going on in the transfer portal, it blows me away because you can't hinge next season on what any kid says until they're actually on campus and start performing.
Yeah.
And it's no different for any other sport. And everybody's saying, oh, we've got this great transfer. Well, that one fell through. He ended up flipping to Kentucky with less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Now we have the UNLV kid. I think it's great that TJ Lateef is going to have either a great backup or he's going to watch this guy from UNLV and learn some stuff. But I don't know the state of college sports with nil deals and transferring. It's getting crazy.
It is getting crazy. It's, yeah, it's, I don't even know how to just wrap my head around it. Some of the stuff I hear, so, just whatever. I don't even know how long the transfer portal's open. I don't know how it works. I hear that you have a window, and if you transfer in that, you can get there and you can play this next season. But if you all of a sudden that transfer portal closes and something happens and you're like, well, I'm out of here, then you just, took a year? You have to sit for a year before you can play then?
Supposed to.
Or is there
Once you s-
rules that
once you s-
enable a player to leave if something drastic happens and they make an example? You know what I mean? I don't know how.
When you said that, I had to look it up quick. So the
Yeah.
portal period runs January 2nd through the 16th.
Okay.
Now, for the teams that are playing in the college football playoffs, they have an extended window from the 20th through the 24th.
Okay.
If you can, Calipari for the Arkansas Razorbacks coach just went off on this the other day, and he's just like, we got to nail down some more rules. If your coach leaves, you can transfer without having to sit out more, and
Yep.
if you transfer mid-year, you have to sit out, and there's some other rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, up until the 16th. So today is the 10th. So there's 6 more days in the transfer.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But when I say the window closes and then some kid out of that window decides to transfer, and then they're all like, well, the exception for him is his coach left, or his exception is that somebody lied to him, or something maybe happened at home and he can't be away from family now. I mean, I don't know what all exceptions there are, and but you're right. They said there's over 5,000 kids in that transfer portal, and this was 2 weeks ago when I heard that. So I don't know if it's gotten bigger, but now I don't know.
Yeah. The UNLV kid that we're supposedly landing, I watched some highlights of him, and junior or senior. So he has tons of experience, and honestly, he looks like a more polished TJ Lateef.
Yeah.
So my guess is that if this Anthony Colarandrea comes in, he's going to shore up the starting spot because I'm going to guess we're throwing money at him too. I would hope we increase the amount TJ Lateef is getting so he stays. Because if you transfer every year, because you didn't land the starting spot and then you don't get a college degree, so now you're a college, I'm going to focus on quarterbacks. So now you're a college quarterback that's transferred a number of times and you still don't have a degree and you may or may not make it in the NFL. I'll say may not because the chances of that is pretty low.
Yeah.
And now you don't have a college degree either. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, Calipari did. I saw one too. You sent me one, and then I saw another one. And he says, you got a kid that transfers 4 times. Is he going to graduate from that school? No.
No.
And then he went on to talk about you get money for nil. And then all of a sudden he goes, you're out of school. And he goes, you try to get your first job and they say, we're going to pay you $55,000. And you're like, what? $55,000? Do I get a car with that or an apartment? He goes, you, and then he went on to talk about, he goes, you know what? He goes, is worse than being broke is coming across money and then being broke again. He goes, I worry about mental health with these kids. And he just went on and on and on and on and on.
Everything he said about it is 100% true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know there are certain schools out there that are trying to teach these kids what to do with their money.
Yeah.
But 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, you give them 60, 80,000, 100,000, 300,000, $1 million.
Yeah.
Maybe 1% of them that you gave them that class on how to deal with money are going to listen, and the rest are going to be like, hey, let's go get a new car, or hey, let's go on this trip, or hey, 5 guys, let's go all take this trip all together, and I'll buy everything for us. Like, my fear is 80 to 90% of these kids are going to not have a dime by the time they leave school or by the time they transfer out of their last school. So, I think Calipari's onto something, but it's making the landscape interesting enough to watch during the transfer portal for each sport to see what happens. And a plug for Danny Busboom, Kelly, she didn't lose any kids to the transfer portal. Everybody that was here is staying.
Yeah.
That's a testament to what program she's running. And
Yeah.
she didn't even win the national championship, and none of her
Yeah.
kids left. So,
Yeah, that's too bad too. I mean, we were so heavily favored over that A&M team.
that A&M team was on fire. They were
on
just
fire,
clicking
and
at the
they
right.
went on to win the national
Oh.
championship.
They were so good.
And yeah,
They were
but
so
way
good.
we fought back when we won that third set and then we won the fourth set. I thought, well, we're back. We're back, and we're going to win this. And in that fifth set, they got us.
They did. They did. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Okay, that was an amazing playoff win for Texas A&M. Now college football.
Yes.
This has been the most fun college football, except for the first round. James Madison, Tulane should have never been included.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. But these last 4 games have
Yeah.
been amazing.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for this next game.
Yeah.
Indiana, Miami?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. And I think there are more people that just want to see this Signetti lose. I think there's more people now because he's just what he's doing is amazing. I don't know how he turned that program around. Dude, they look like the greatest football team ever right now. I mean, five years ago when LSU made that run the way they did, we were just like, holy crap. I mean, look how good this LSU. Joe Burrow was just like perfect. And this Indiana team looks like that team with a better defense.
Yeah, both sides of the ball are
Just,
perfect.
it's amazing.
You
on how
start
good
last
they
night's
are.
game against Oregon with a pick 6 on the first
Yeah.
play of the game from scrimmage.
And then Oregon went right back down the field and scored on like a 10-play drive, and I thought, okay, they picked up, they messed up, they picked it up. This is going to be a good game. Now, Indiana just, you couldn't stop them. Every time they had the ball, they did what. And I thought Oregon's defense was going to be the reason why they won that game. I said, if Oregon's defense plays the way they did against Texas Tech, they're going to win this game. No, they couldn't stop Indiana. Indiana could have scored more points if they wanted to. Indiana, I don't get it, man. I don't get how good they are, but they're good.
I feel that everybody that is coaching in the college football ranks right now should feel lucky that Kurt Signetti did not get a head coaching job sooner, because this guy is money. He has ice running through his veins. He keeps his kids grounded and focused the entire game. He's focused the entire game. They were up, they were up 3 scores at half, and they came out and every game he says, we're starting 0-0 at half.
Yeah.
And his kids act it too. Like they don't.
Well, he was a coach with Alabama.
He was, but he wasn't a head coach.
I mean, if
and he did.
Nobody knew how good this guy was going to be, because if Alabama knew he was going to be this good, they would have hired him instead of going after a guy 3,000 miles away and the USC coach or wherever he came from. What was it?
Kalen DeBoer?
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer was already on staff at Alabama. And he came, where did he go? He was on staff for a year before. I feel he was on staff for a year.
I thought he was a head coach somewhere else. Maybe I'm thinking of something. Anyway, yeah. Washington.
Now that you say that, you're right. I was thinking he was on
he
staff
was
for
the
a
head
year.
coach of Washington.
He was head coach of Washington.
So why did they go get him instead of, this Kirk Signetti came out of nowhere. I mean, he might have been considered a good coach, but not Alabama, LSU. He goes to Indiana, and he's awesome. I don't get it.
Okay, think about how many jobs you've had, and you're in the interview process. Do you think you got some of those jobs because of your personality? Like, oh, I love this guy. This guy is going to be great.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, hey, this guy's going to do a great job. It's like, man, this guy's telling me jokes. He's fun to be around. Yeah, hire him.
Yeah.
I feel Kurt Signetti is just, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. And he means it 100%. And he might just come off as a just a plain piece of paper. You're just sitting there just like, I don't want to hire this guy.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Yeah.
the guy's got it done.
I never heard of his name until, matters of fact, when Indiana hired him, I didn't hear about him until he started off whatever it was, 9-1, 10-1, and went to the, college football playoff, and I didn't know nothing about him.
So he's been around for a while. So
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Indiana head coach since 24. James Madison head coach 2019 to 2023. A couple smaller schools before that. Alabama wide receivers coach 07 to 2010. North Carolina State quarterbacks, tight ends 2000 to 06. Pittsburgh quarterbacks, tight ends 93 to 99. Temple 89 to 92 QB, Rice 86 to 88. I mean, the guy's been around for a while, and he played QB at West Virginia from 79 to 82. But you take all of his head coaching jobs. Let's see, he's had 4 different head coaching jobs, and he's 145 and 37.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy's amazing.
Yes, whatever he's doing there at Indiana, he's doing it right. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I don't know the guy.
The most shocking
You know.
thing I heard him say last night after the game is like, "Hey, what do you think about your next upcoming game?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "I'm not even thinking about that." He's like, "All I'm thinking about right now is cracking open a beer," and that blew me away because the guy is so buttoned up business all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he does cut loose, I
Yeah.
guess."
Yeah.
That shocked me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna say, I mean, and I thought Oregon was going to be a better game. I don't want to go for Miami. Something tells me I'd like to see Miami beat them and just to beat him, just to beat Kurt Signetti. I don't know if Miami can do it. I don't.
Miami might be the only one that has a defense enough to stop him.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. Miami's got a defense. Say what you want. I don't think that Carson Beck always plays the best games, but he makes the right plays at the right time. So maybe Miami will make a game out of it. Right now, with the way Indiana's playing, the spread came out, and I thought it was going to be probably 10. It's 7.5, and I think I would take Indiana, and that's 7.5, just because it's amazing what they're doing, and they're on fire, and you just can't that. And the ball bounced their way yesterday too. It did.
It did.
Even when they were up by 3 scores, and you thought, okay, the only way Oregon's going to get back in this game is if Indiana just starts playing dumb. And then you saw that quarterback running down the field, fighting to get yards, and you're like, come on, man, you're winning big. You're number 1 draft pick, and here you are running. And then he got spun around, and they hit his arm, and he fumbled it. I said, well, that's what they need. And then their offensive line's down 20 yards down the field and jumps on the ball. I'm like, yeah, they ain't coming back. Indiana's got everything going their way, and I'm not going to say that was lucky that their offensive line got. That offensive lineman was hustling down the field, and he made the play. I mean, when you got your offensive lineman and your defensive lineman and everybody on the field making plays, you win. That's just the way it is.
It was. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that play. I think Miami had 2 or 3 should have been interceptions, hit him right in the hands, right in the breadbasket, and you don't hold on to it.
Yeah.
And not Miami, Oregon.
Yeah.
3 times I can remember that Oregon should have walked away with an interception, which would have changed the momentum.
Yeah.
But then you get deflated when you're just like, oh, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I didn't, and it happened 3 times. So
Yeah.
when Miami beat Ohio State, when Miami beat Ole Miss, when Miami beat A&M, they held A&M to 3 points. They held Ohio State to 14. And Ole Miss, they basically beat them on that last play. Whoever had the ball last was going to win, and they got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But Miami was another team who had a lot of opportunities to put that game away. And they dropped some interceptions. And they started making some penalties late. They kept the last 10 points that I remember Ole Miss scoring. Miami made some defensive mistakes that, late hits, and stuff that kept that drive alive. And dude, that kicker for Mississippi, he looks like the best kicker in the world. I mean, that kid can kick the ball. My God, I'm just like, holy mackerel.
I felt so sorry for that kid. He missed 2 field goals?
Ole Miss?
Yeah.
No, he just missed that one. He doinked it off the upright.
Oh.
But that was like, I don't remember what, that was early enough in the game where it didn't affect the game. Ole Miss took the lead. And then Miami manufactured another drive. They had like 5 drives of 13 plus plays. They held that ball for 41 and a half minutes. So, like I said, how did Miami not put that game away? They did everything except for just step on Mississippi's throats. They let Mississippi just hang around, and it about cost them.
It did. No, you're right. The late hit, the player coming in really late,
Yeah.
it allowed them
Yeah.
to extend a drive. And
Yeah.
you're right. If Miami would have played a perfect game,
Yep.
it would have been a different score.
Yep.
Way different score. And you're right. Miami, I'm looking at the game stats right now. Time of possession, 41 minutes for Miami, 18 for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So you're right. Miami allowed them to do that.
Yeah.
If Miami does that with Indiana, won't even be a contest again.
No.
So
Yep.
I don't see how Indiana loses it unless they make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to make mistakes against Indiana. They won't. You won't get by with them just kicking a field goal.
No.
They'll score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my mind, I don't see a way Indiana loses to Miami. And to echo what you said at the beginning,
Yeah.
Indiana looks like the best team ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's not just the
Like I
offense.
said, they remind me of the 2019 LSU team with Burrow, with a better defense. That's what they look like.
They do. Their defense is amazing.
Yeah.
Their defense is amazing. Any other thoughts on the college football playoff?
Nope.
Okay. What do you want to talk about next? What was it? NFL, the playoffs.
Yeah, let's just talk some playoffs. We'll kind of throw out some predictions or some lines and
Okay.
do some pick'ems and
Yeah. Today we have the Rams and the Panthers. That's at 3:30.
yeah.
And then the late game is the Bears and the Packers today. Let's see here. Of the four games that are on today, I made a little note to myself that I feel there are 3 teams right now that are just on a roll. That these 3 teams are the hottest in the NFL right now. Seattle has won their last 7, just straight 7 wins. Jacksonville has won their last 8 games in a row. And Houston has won their last 9 in a row. So I'm going to get some predictions out of the way that as long as the Patriots beat the Chargers and as long as the Jags beat the Bills and the Texans beat the Steelers, that would put the Broncos' next game against the Texans. I don't see the Broncos getting out of that. The Houston Texans are on a tear right now.
That's the team I'm going for. Of all the teams that I look at, I think I would say Texans first. And then of course, if I wanted to pick a Cinderella team, I would root for the Panthers. They play in the same division with the Falcons. It would be neat to see them, the bottom team of the whole tournament, win the whole thing, but that ain't gonna happen. Rams should take care of business today. Should knock Carolina out. The Packers, they go on the road. I mean, you look at some of these spreads and, the Bears won the division. The Bears are the 2 seed. Packers are the 7 seed. But yet the Packers are favored by 2 at Chicago.
That one blew me away when I saw that line.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I don't,
How-
I mean, I understand that they say, well, the Packers always beat the Bears, and they do. But the Packers always had Brett Favre and always had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Well, this is different now. This ain't Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre leading this Packers team. It's different.
And the Packers defense losing,
Yeah, Micah Parsons too.
that hurt. How about this trivia question for you?
Yeah.
Who has, during the regular season, an undefeated away record? The only team in the NFL that went undefeated on the road
This year,
this year.
Jacksonville.
New England Patriots.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if New England runs out through the rest of the playoffs, no matter who they play, and then you're playing in San Francisco's home stadium, well, that if New England gets that far, you're not going to beat them, I don't think.
Yeah.
But
Well, the Patriots and the Broncos both were notorious all year long about losing and winning in the final 3-4 minutes of the game.
they were. The Broncos
of
were
them.
6-2 on the road and 8-1 at home. And the team right below New England and for wins on the road was Seattle, 8-1. If Seattle and New England don't get to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be shocked.
You said New England, Seattle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be shocked. Those two teams right there. Now, even though I said earlier that Houston is on a roll and the Jags
Yeah.
are on a roll, sure you can be on a roll, but those two teams right there,
Well, I look at the Bills and Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen is awesome.
he is.
Dude, he is awesome. So I look at the Bills being the team to beat in this AFC thing.
Okay.
But they go on the road, of course, today or tomorrow, and they play Jacksonville. And from what you say, that they got this. I knew they had a winning streak. I didn't know how long it was. And of course, Jacksonville's the higher seeded team. They're at home, and they are a 1-point favorite against Buffalo. That I'll just go ahead and say it. You know, I've already said that the Rams should take care of business today. They're favored by 10. That'll be my first prediction, that the Rams cover that and they get it done. They're going to kill the Panthers.
Yeah.
At home, and Carolina's at home. And I think the Bills will beat Jacksonville today. I think Josh Allen will make plays at the end. You know, and he always does. And that guy can run, man. God, he can run.
The Bills and the Jags game has even made the odds makers scratch their head because
Yeah.
this game opened as the Bills favored by 1.5, and
Yeah.
it's now the Jags favored by 1.5. So they've gone back and forth like, well, we don't really know what's going to happen. The Jags are on a tear, and everything you've said about
Yeah.
Josh Allen is true. The guy's amazing, but I don't know. I don't see the Bills' defense getting it done for them, unfortunately.
Okay. You agree with me on the Rams, though?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
see the Panthers getting by the Rams.
So you like the Jags,
I do.
and it's a 1-1 game, so it don't matter. If you wanted to bet the Jags, you'd win if they won. So what do you think about the Packers and the Bears?
I'm going Bears.
I think I will too. I'll take the home underdog there.
Yeah, I'm going
know,
Bears.
I'm
I
taking
don't
the
understand
underdog.
how they are the underdog. That blows
Yeah.
me away.
Yeah. And like I say, it's 2 points. So even if Green Bay won on the last second field goal and won by 1, You could still win, and the Packers would. I mean, Packers would of course spoil our pick, but if I decided I wanted to bet on that, I'd still win some money.
Okay, and
Yeah,
then
I'd take the home underdog. I'd take Bears.
okay,
I'll even say the Bear. I'll even say the Bears win that game.
what about the Pittsburgh game?
That's Monday night.
Yeah,
The Texans. I'll take the Texans.
yeah, I don't.
Steelers again. I mean, you know how I've always said in the past. How is a team like Duke ever an underdog at home? Well, look at this. The Steelers.
2.5.
They're
2.5 underdog.
yeah, I got 3.
Oh, okay.
And they're at home.
Yeah.
And I know this is the playoffs. This ain't typically a Monday night football game, but it is still played on Monday night. And I would bet you anything that the Steelers have an amazing Monday night football record. But I still say I think the Texans will get it done. Maybe it'll take a last second field goal to win it. Maybe it'll be low scoring, which the line shows it is. The over-under number is only 38. That's low scoring.
So this blows me away. This is how competitive the AFC is. Pittsburgh at 10-7 in their division, won their division, or not won their division, but are a higher seed than a 12-5 Houston team. That's how competitive the AFC is.
Well, yeah. You take the division winners first, then you start taking the wild card teams. So, like the Panthers are 8-9,
Right,
and they're
exactly.
the 4 seed.
Right, and
They're the worst team in the whole playoff.
yeah,
They don't need, and I don't know why pro football acts like they need this. They don't need to have division winners in the playoffs. Dude, the NFC South is terrible. They don't need to represent the NFC South in the NFC Conference playoffs. Take the 7 best teams and play.
that's like what the Big Ten did after there's more than 10 teams.
Yes.
And they used to split the division. Stop doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just lump them all together, and the top ones get it.
Yeah. Yes, the NFC South should not be in the playoffs this year.
I agree, and they've done that for the last 2 or 3 years, where you get a team that is barely above 500.
Yeah. You don't need the basketball. Don't do it. You have the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. They take the 8 best teams. You have divisions in NBA basketball, but I bet you half the fans don't even know that because they don't go by it. They take the 8 best teams in the Eastern Conference to the playoffs.
Okay, one more game we haven't picked yet, and that's the Eagles. Well, there's 2 more games. We haven't picked the Eagles and Niners, and we haven't picked Patriots Chargers. I've kind of thrown out what I think the Patriots are going to do, but Patriots Chargers.
Yeah.
That's,
so we both
that's
agree
tomorrow.
with Rams and Bears. We're split on Bills Jaguars.
Yep.
Niners Eagles.
Yep.
The Eagles have been money the last few years in the playoffs, making it to 2 Super Bowls. They're at home. I don't know. I'm so up and down with this Brock Purdy. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I don't know if he's an NFL future quarterback, but this year he's impressed me with some of his games. I don't know. I don't think they get it done. I think the Eagles probably win. I'll take the Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles too, just
Yeah.
for the fact that the Niners have so many guys that are hurt. They have one of
Yeah.
the most incredible looking injury rosters that I have seen in
Yeah.
football ever. It's like every single starter on defense almost is hurt, and Christian McCaffrey is coming off of being hurt a little bit, but I mean he can still play. So that if he's hurt a little bit and that takes away a lot of your offense, that guy touches the ball so many times. I don't see them getting past the
Yeah.
Eagles.
Now I will be a big Niners fan. I want to see the Eagles lose. I don't want them in it. I want them out. But
I can relate to that.
yeah, I don't know.
But I'm still going
Yeah.
to stick with the Eagles. I just think the Niners are too banged up.
Yeah.
If they get it done, I think that's amazing.
Yep.
But it's been the tale for this year. It's been the tale of two different Niners teams. At the beginning, they just looked kind of like, they didn't have the best offense. And then all of a sudden, they started scoring an amazing amount of points. But then the last 2 or 3 games, they couldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
Okay, Patriots and Chargers.
I'll take Patriots.
There's
I
no-
don't believe in the Chargers or Harbaugh yet.
Oh, I believe
Now,
them,
if
and I just
the,
don't think their defense
if
is
the,
as good.
If they would only play 8 games and they would have started the playoffs, I might have took the Chargers because I thought that the Chargers midway through the season and Justin Herbert they were good. But since then they've kind of just up and down. I just don't know. I'll take the Patriots though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see the Chargers having enough weapons and having enough defense to get it done. I just don't.
Yeah.
To give you an idea, in November the Chargers lost to the Jaguars 35-6. And
Well, this game here, and I know that we call it a quarterback league because it's a quarterback league for a reason, and it's usually the best quarterback their teams win. I hate to say that, but because I think it's still a team game, but this game here might come down to which quarterback plays the best, and that Drake May he's good.
he is really good.
But like I said, halfway through the season, that Justin Herbert was amazing.
He is. He could put up some points, but if you
so-
don't stop the other
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
and okay, this is how good the Chargers can be. They beat the Eagles 22-19. All right, but then fast forward a few weeks, and they lost to the Houston Texans 20-16.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not focused enough, if your defense doesn't do the right thing, or if you miss that one pass, that's why I feel that the Patriots have that extra edge to get it done this year.
But the one thing that always killed the Chargers too in the years past was their defenses are terrible. That's why they could never go any farther than what they ever did. And this year too, again, their defense started out. Chargers looked like the real team, but they just kind of turned into the Chargers again.
They
So
did.
I don't know.
They
you
did.
know.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Chargers do an upset. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
So I gotta stick with the Patriots there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other final thoughts on anything else?
No. No.
All right. Well, Roger, thanks for coming and hanging out and
Yeah.
chatting sports with me.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go watch some
Yep.
sports.
Go watch sports. Thank you.